Scotty and Boaz Rehash, episode 19.
And we're back with the Clash of Clans for the fans in the stands. This is Boaz, and I'm here with the stupendous Scotty827.
Biggity
and
Boaz.
We're joined today by the dazzling Natalie.
Natalia.
Natalia.
Oh,
Hi.
snap,
My bad.
Boaz.
I mean Natalia.
You don't want Natalie to show up to this game.
Who I call Nat all the time.
Please, Nat is fine.
Question, though. Was it Boaz that was mispronouncing your name, or was it me? Because I asked on Twitter.
It was you.
It was me?
It was you.
Yeah.
Holy
I've known her name the whole time.
Yeah, it was you.
I really said Natalie?
Yeah?
Really?
Like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Oh,
I was with
Boaz, or I was with Boneyard though at the time.
Yeah,
right?
you were with Boneyard. And I kept going, Natalie, did Natalie join?
No, I was probably trying to get my word in, like trying to, and okay, I apologize, Natalia.
It's fine.
Yeah, I couldn't believe, I was like, oh, I think that must have been Boaz saying it wrong, because there's no way in the world I would.
Hashtag blame Boaz, of course.
Yeah.
Always Boaz's fault.
So you might remember Nat from the Trophy Push episode we talked about. Mm-hmm. Fantastic advice, by the way.
Thank you.
Boaz doesn't know that.
9 champion extraordinaire.
Yeah, I don't know if Boaz knows this, but instead of going to champion in a month and a half, I went in 2 days.
Yeah.
I
saw that.
I thought I saw something about that. What?
I tweeted
it
out.
From where to where?
We had to start below 2,800, and I went from there to champ in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I went from Crystal...
And I didn't feel like it was hard.
Yeah, I went from Crystal 3 to champ in 3 days. And it's not... I feel like it's almost a mindset.
Yeah,
champ.
like once you get there, it's fine.
That is so weird. Because people have said that it's like in your head, like you get a mental block about it. And I was like, that's ridiculous.
Why did it for a month and a half, right?
You got over the hump.
I pushed for a month and a half.
Wow.
So, but all of a sudden you learn the 50% of the base type idea, like, okay, I'm going here. And then, with the one army. But last time I was always like, oh my God, all your advice about being picky, nexting, it was amazing. I'm like, I know I can get back to champs. I mean, and I hung out after champs at like 2,900 trophies for a while, and it was about the loot, but it was just like all of us. Right. It was just like, okay, you know what? It's not like, and then if you lose, you're not like super upset.
No,
we did a contest called Race to Champs, and so
who ended up
money on
winning that?
I did.
Oh, because you did it in 2 days.
Yeah, and people were close.
How long did it take everyone else?
People were close. I think at the 2 day mark, once I got there, they kind of slowed down. Sir Batavis kept going. He was in Masters 1, like as a Town Hall 9. He didn't have any gems during the push, and then we settled on the rules were you could boost 1 barrack, your spell factory, and your heroes if you want. But that was it. That was the only thing you could boost. And, I got lucky. I had a couple like good defenses in the middle. You kind of knew the pockets. I don't know. It's just like you get a feel for it.
Yeah, you do.
That last 200 wasn't like, and it's always hard, right? I mean, you still have to have awesome attacks, but you learn what to look for, I think. Mm-hmm.
You do. You really do learn to keep an eye out for a specific base. But I think it's also the last time I pushed a champion, I was a Town Hall 9, no defensive wins at all. This last time I pushed a champion in 3 days, I had over 300 trophies in defenses.
Nice. Is it new
Are you using like a
As a
troll
Town Hall
base kind of
10.
thing, or just like a
No,
straight regular
it
base,
was
or
just a straight regular, and
war
I
base kind
went
of?
from Crystal 3 to, Masters 3 with defenses, basically.
Let's just kind of back up for a second, because this episode is going to be about Boaz's list, the list
Yes.
we never get to. But I just want to say, like, I think it would be good, Nat. Nat is the leader of Kent Farmhouse, part
True
of
story.
our Kryptonian family.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to kind of say where you're at in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of give us that background, because you did an episode with me a long time ago.
A while ago.
Yeah, which I can't believe it's that long.
I know.
The pre-push episode, and then kind of where you're at now.
Sure.
And why don't you shout out Kent Farmhouse and just kind of talk about, or just say just say, hey, this is what the type of clan we are and what we do, kind of thing.
I can do that. So, let's see.
Then we'll
The
get
last
to your list,
time,
Boaz.
yes.
All
The
right.
last time I was on, I was a Town Hall 9. Now I'm I'm still a pretty new Town Hall 10. Just steadily upgrading things. Like, I'm just now getting my first Max Inferno Tower.
Okay, question.
Sure.
When you moved from 9 to 10, where were you at, and why did you move ahead?
So I was a pretty, like, defense-wise, I was a maxed Town Hall 9. Not including walls. I had all skull walls, and I had a few Lego walls.
You can just call
and
them
then
Boaz's.
and then my research lab was pretty much done.
Okay.
And my heroes are low, man. Queen is at 13, King is at 14. They suck.
That's not that low, really, if you were playing before the heroes got introduced.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, Boaz's are at 20. Mine are getting close to there, but there was different pressures on them back in the day, I think. Okay,
yeah, and I'm
keep
starting,
going.
so that's kind of where I'm at now. Leader of Kent Farmhouse, I've been doing that for a while. We were a farming clan that warred occasionally, and then with the new update, we now have decided to do 2 wars a week. We do them on Thursday, obviously.
Wait, repeat that one more time.
We do wars on Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay, starting at...
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Starting at what time?
They start, I'd say, around 2 to 4.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just because I think people looking for clans might pick war times as...
Sure.
As a weekend
Or if
wars,
anyone wants to hunt Kent Farmhouse, what's your town hall breakdown?
We're...
Shut up, Boaz.
Cute.
Okay, keep going, Nat.
Yeah, so,
Ignore
but,
ignore
obviously,
the Boaz in the corner.
Yeah, right. Obviously, if you're opted in for a war, you have to participate. But we're still, at heart, kind of a farming clan. We're just now trying to get our war
Because you get to opt in, opt out now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Will you keep somebody who just is constantly opting out?
Sure. If you've got good advice and you're chatting and you're donating and yeah.
So clan participation is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you guys aren't like a really war-focused clan. Like, that's not the primary focus of your clan, right? So it wouldn't matter a whole bunch if someone's not
it's like half war, half farming. And every decision that gets made in Kent is put to a vote. I generally don't make the decision, okay, guys, we're going to war twice a week. I put a vote out and said, how many times do you guys want to war a week? And that's what wins. I put a vote out. I took like 20 pictures of different clan badges. And I said, which one do you guys like the best? And that's the clan badge we have.
Wow.
So everything that gets changed within the clan gets put to a vote and gets put online. So everybody can kind of decide what they want to do, and then we go with the majority.
Okay.
So if anybody doesn't like that, well, sorry, the majority of the clan does.
You hit TH10. What did you upgrade first?
The first thing I upgraded, well, I got Infernos and then I took them to 2 pretty immediately. And then they've been sitting at 2 for a while.
Okay.
And I just have random. I had a Wizard's Tower go to max. I've been doing Teslas pretty slowly. I did my collectors, my pumps and mines, because that update came out right as I went to 10.
Oh, nice.
And then I've just been working on basically heroes and getting those damn lab upgrades going. Those take just 8 million elixir every time is crazy.
Yeah. And that's why my focus in the game has always been the research facility. I mean, and we'll get into a lot of other stuff, but okay, I just kind of want to know where you went. Did you do your army camps? I can't remember where you said.
Yes.
Okay.
My army camps are done. I did my clan castle. That's done. So anything that gave me more troops, more spells, that became priority. And then, my
because you can get more from them. And I only asked this because somebody on Twitter the other day said, should I do my P.E.K.K.A. or my army camps? And I, army camps.
Oh, yeah.
They said you'll get
100%.
more loot with your P.E.K.K.A.
Right.
And as I say, I can't really say P.E.K.K.A. and talk without thinking that's what she said in the back of my mind after every sentence. So.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
No, and my focus is, I've always been better at air attacks than I am at ground attacks, so I got my minions maxed pretty immediately. I took my hounds to max, and then now I'm working on, I have my freeze to level 4.
Nice.
So that way, my air attacks are stronger. My ground attacks suck. Like my P.E.K.K.As, it just went to 4. My golem is still at 3, which is terrible. But I don't ever use them, so.
So if you are interested in joining a clan that wars a couple times a week, you can opt in and out, predominantly farming. You want to talk to a real live girl, you can join Kent Farmhouse.
We have 4 girls in the clan. It's pretty
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
We have a lot of
It kind of
women
came
in the
up with
clan.
Matt last night when I was talking with him, recording, and I thought, I don't think there's any girls in House of L.
You want to come to the Kryptonian family clan that has girls. Kent Farmhouse is your clan.
The Kryptonian family.
Yeah, but I definitely want to shout out my co-leaders in Kent Farmhouse, because they've been phenomenal, and they've been with me from the start.
Hey,
they
you know what? You
never
just
leave.
coined a new phrase. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
They really have been, so.
Sweet phrase, bro.
Yeah. True.
So, do you want to shout them out?
Sure. So I've got, hold on, I got to look them up because I can't remember them all by name. I know that's horrible, guys. I'm sorry.
No. I know the same thing, because it's like some people leave and then you're like, okay, well,
it's also like under pressure right now, the heat of the moment. You don't want to miss one of them. It's easy to say all of them and miss one.
And we do, if you're a co-leader and you leave and you come back, you're automatically a co-leader.
Automatically, yeah. Once you're made a co-leader or elder, if you leave and come back, you get your status back. There is no, you have to re-earn it back. You've already earned it. So,
how do you earn elder in Kent?
So, originally it was donations, and then kind of once some updates happened, we kind of changed it around. So it's basically length of time you've been in the clan, how active you are, how helpful you are with war attacks, and just general knowledge. And, just kind of being in clan chat. Yeah, just being active.
Sometimes, we do, if you war and whatever, but sometimes I'll go, they warred, they did their attacks, but I haven't really seen them around, so I'm not going to quite promote them yet.
Right. And
so it's not the measurable
whole
thing. It's more the participation level.
Yeah, and my whole thing is length of time as well. I don't want to elder somebody who just came into the clan. They might be great donators, but I don't want to elder them and then have them leave because it's a pretty big responsibility.
I mean, I don't mind doing that. If they've been for 2 wars, they've done their war attacks.
Right.
They've been, donating. I'm like, okay. We'll invest in you. You can stick around. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
We like you. Anyway, my co-leaders, let's see who I've got. I've got Krigus. I've got Mr. Psycho Rocker.
Oh, yeah.
The one and only R. Cooper Katie.
Awesome.
Love our
Cool.
Cooper Katie. I have Uda / Moose.
Moose, yep.
I have Heisler.
Okay. Heisler.
I've
Worm
got Big.
he's Worm in House of L.
Yep. I've got Big Fry.
Okay.
You guys know Big Fry.
Yep.
And last but not least, my newest elder is Fox.
Co-leader.
Yes. Oh, co-leader. Sorry.
Okay.
My newest
What's the
co-leader
last
is
guy?
Fox. Fox. That's actually a girl. Fawkes.
Oh, yeah, I saw her online, too.
Remember the 5th of November.
Yep.
Powder, treason, and plot.
She's a co-leader as well.
You know what? Why that's also a good name if she's a girl? Because it's Guy Fox, but she's actually Gal Fox.
She's Gal Fox. That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, that's awesome. There's more stuff on the Kryptonian family. We're going to hear from co-leaders weekly, is what I'm thinking.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people shout out because it's a fan in the clan stan thing.
We all listen.
Yeah,
that's right.
So Boaz, we're gonna finally get to the things that you've never gotten to.
Oh my gosh!
And so Boaz is gonna run the show.
Wow.
For the rest of the podcast, say, okay, here's we're gonna switch topics to this now. Okay.
All right. It's just a complete hodgepodge of stuff that I've written.
Do we
down
need a
and never got
timer?
to,
Do we
though,
have like one of those little sand timers?
No. We have
Yeah,
all
we have
the time in the world.
Only
for
6
Boaz's
hours
stuff.
is the most
Okay.
longest we can go.
All right, gotcha.
Well, I guess I don't know where to start. So the first thing I guess that I had down was about the troop contest that you guys did, and there was just like so many awesome troops. It was so cool to hear the different ideas and stuff, and especially just like the ones that were unique and brought something different. Like it was just.
Here's the one both of you haven't heard.
What's that?
Okay, because we talked a little bit about this before the podcast, and you guys haven't heard the last episode that went up today. The finale.
I'm intrigued.
That I'd like more and more. The trap disarmer troop.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
And I thought of it as, of course, we brainstormed it, went through it, and modified it, in my head, well, at least in my head. But I thought about how you could use them like wall breakers. So you'd have like 5 wall breakers, 5 trap disarmers, and they go to the nearest trap. That
would be a little OP
No.
to go to the nearest trap. You should have to kind of sniff out where the traps are, I would think. If they just go to the trap, then you could use
but it's like you're setting off. It's okay. Look at the wall breakers, right? The wall breakers, despite their name, like the trap disarmer, you think, oh yeah, that's going to be way easy. No, the trap disarmers are only going to go at the thing that they can get into, right? So you'd have to blow a hole in the wall. The trap disarmers would go in.
Tank or something to
you would have to like put it around them, and it would only
that would be good for those stupid trapped town halls. Sending one of those.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Take that.
The traps would be like spring traps and bombs type thing. So there's things to work out with it. But that was the one that made it into the top 3 that you hadn't heard.
That would be kind of cool.
The thing is, I do like that, but there are already such a thing as trap disarmers, which are called like hogs and minions. Like to get a giant
like
a single
bomb,
barbarian.
Yeah, or a single barbarian.
If you
can
think
drop.
you'll think about it afterwards, and you go, you know what? If I started to look at it and go, I'll take 5 bombers and 5 traps.
Yeah, but how many troop spaces does it take?
2. I was thinking about it like a wall breaker.
Like a wall breaker, right?
But if there's a double giant bomb, like the only thing it would really be relevant for is double giant bombs, and then also I guess if they have like
spring
air
traps, giant stuff, and if you think about it,
so you're saying
if you think about it in terms of also like where you're going to send. Like, the bombers sometimes don't make it to the wall. So you're like, I'm going to get the bombers in here, then I'm going to send the trap hunters in after that to save my Velks. So they might only take, but they're expensive. They'd be like the cost of a wall breaker. I don't know.
So are you saying, though, that it only springs...
like, can it be killed?
Oh, yeah, like a wall breaker.
But it only springs the spring traps and bombs?
But so here's the thing is that spring traps and bombs don't really matter. Small bombs just don't really matter at all. Like, the only thing that really matters is double giant bombs.
Air traps.
Yeah, and black, or I guess any kind of air mines.
I think it would actually change the game
air
because...
bombs.
If you could send in
your loons so bad.
If you could send in a bunch of trap disarmers to get the springs out and the double giant bombs.
But I think that's just way too much troop space when you could just let a couple troops get hit by spring. I mean, really big troops can't get hit by spring.
You have to start.
I feel like I agree with
I sprung this on you. You have to think. You have to think.
No pun intended. Yeah. Well, I mean, if they were done in a certain way, it would be really useful to disarm double giant bombs. But the thing is, anyone who has a decent base is going to make their double giant bombs hard to get to.
That's true. They're going to start putting them in the middle or whatnot. So
they have it pretty deep in there. So I don't know how you'd get them. So I mean, I love the idea, but just like the utility of it, it doesn't.
You'll just have to.
I guess I don't quite see it.
We kind of go through the whole.
I'll be curious if you guys did.
It
like
made it to the
break
top
it down.
3 above other things.
So speaking of like barbarians and such, this is kind of off topic, but I had a Clash of Clans stream today while I was taking a nap. I guess I'm playing way too much Clash of Clans.
I do that too sometimes.
But I was dreaming that I was sitting down at a big, long, kind of medieval dinner table with everybody. And it was funny because the barbarian king and queen were at both ends, like the barbarian king and then the archer queen. And then there was the hog rider was sitting right next to me. And all he kept saying was, "Oh, yeah." over. And then the
archers, he's like sucking the pork off the bone.
Yeah, right. And then and then the 3 archers were sitting and they were like gossiping about everybody. And then the witch had to keep yelling at Larry. Anyway, it was pretty funny.
I think that is a really great example of Supercell's marketing being successful though. Like, that's so interesting because this whole time I've just thought those commercials were so stupid. Like, why have it's a game? Show the gameplay.
That's why I did my own commercial.
if it's a game, show actual in-game footage. Like, that's what makes me want to play games, seeing what the game looks like and not like these cartoons. But they've now created personalities for them.
It is hard to explain the game.
Have
you said, okay, here? Have you ever tried to explain the game to somebody?
You can't. It's so
compare it to other
base, and you have to attack people, and then you get
attacked.
There's
War Day. And then
there's resources.
Then you only get 2 attacks on War Day. But wait, and then people are like, aren't you attacking now? And I'm like, yeah, but no, it's not a war attack. It's infinitely.
Really
I feel there's tons of games that are like it that just don't have the same kind of beautiful simplicity and the same kind of interaction that it.
Well, right. One thing that Clash of Clans has that no other game does. Well, there are a few other games. There are a couple other games, but it's the deployment of strategy. It's not magic cards.
Right.
You go up against this, and then you roll the dice and the chance.
I think magic cards is actually a perfect analogy for Clash of Clans. I used to love magic cards when I was younger, and it's Clan Wars and magic cards are the exact same. The way that one type of thing becomes prevalent, and then people start to have to slightly change their own kind of defense tactics to.
But I'm saying is that in an actual battle,
nerd fight,
it's not like, hey, my level 3, whatever. I don't even know how that stuff works. But the point of it is, you get to deploy the troops, change the order, do the spells, react to the actual fight.
Yeah,
that's exactly what magic cards is.
I like the fact that you have to practice to get better.
Yeah.
and that it takes time, and that you just can't buy. I mean, you can't. Obviously, you can buy a good base, you can buy level 40 heroes, but you can't buy a good strategy,
right?
Or a good attack, because I've seen people with level 40 heroes and max troops completely freaking fail, and it's hilarious. I love watching that and going, you spent all that money to just completely
Did somebody share online
fail.
somebody dropping a jump spell on dragons?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm sure that they just thought it was a rage or a heal.
No, because
why would you go into a war attack with a jump spell with an all-air army? Boaz?
No, listen.
People do some pretty dumb stuff.
So Phantom Zone now has the alt of the leader of that clan.
Oh.
So he actually came over to Phantom Zone and is now considering bringing his main to Phantom Zone because he likes the way that we run the clan. But
without jump spells?
We were talking, right, we don't jump our dragons, but we were talking about it, and he said legitimately the person thought that you could jump dragons.
Wow. I was curious to hear, I just assumed that he was colorblind and thought it was a
You wonder how many spells that guy wasted on the dragons and what he actually thought it did. He probably listened to those old episodes
of the podcast.
Like my thing was, did you not see the dragons fly over the first two sets of walls? Like, did you think that the inner walls?
It makes them go higher, away from the air defenses.
It makes them jump those air defenses.
All right, back to Boaz's list.
Next on the list.
Okay, well, I didn't get to the first thing on the list.
Wait, finish it. Sorry, finish it, Boaz.
It's going to take forever.
See?
All right. So, I mean, so what I was saying is that I liked the troop thing and, hearing all the new ideas and stuff, but it's really pretty irrelevant because the way that they're going to make the next troop isn't by like, oh, that troop's cool, like that'll be fun. Like the dynamics of the game are so finely balanced. I mean, they went an entire year between coming out with troops, and the troop that they finally came out with wasn't something cool. It wasn't, like a Phoenix or a Hydra or like a
the ugly ass shit.
Yes.
Yeah, it was this ridiculous
I take your
dog.
point.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was, it wasn't because it was a cool, it wasn't like we want this cool thing that people are going to like and then we're going to make it. It was like it served a very specific purpose in the game.
And
there was
you will hear this in the finale debate.
Okay.
Hydra, because it came down to the Hydra, the Assassin, and the Trap thing.
So, end. I mean,
Listen, and so here's what happened. Okay. I said to Boneyard, I said, if somebody would have put in this pile, the pig dog, it would not have made the final cut.
Mm.
You would have
Probably
said,
not,
no, this is stupid. But we did look at, and I think I'm happy with the final three, the first, second, and third place winners, because I think it's something you could see put into the game.
Well, so here's the thing about each of them. I mean, the Hydra, I think that's awesome, but it's just not practical. It's just, kind of another, just a deep, big unit that they already kind of have and stuff. It doesn't change things up. The Assassin, I think, is completely contradictory to something that they just did that totally balanced the game. The only thing keeping Hogs and Golaloon from being like completely overpowered is the tethered heroes and the fact that the queen is hard to kill. So if they added anything, if they added anything to the game that made heroes easier to kill, it would be bad. Like
Here's why you're wrong.
They don't want to make anything.
How do you balance it against the gemmers? And so more troops against a gemmer, like more assassins against a gemmer versus troop space.
But I don't think they're making troops to balance against gemmers.
Yeah, I don't think that's like their concern.
Yeah, they're making troops that everybody will benefit from.
But that equals the playing field for all people in the game.
Well, so here's the thing. Like already people are now,
but it doesn't though because the gemmers get screwed.
Yeah, the gemmers get assassins too. Also,
yeah, they do. They can level them up.
No, they can. But it is versus heroes.
It all comes down, I think, to strategy. If you can look at troops and then you can go, all right, like because look, I've got almost in like 2 days, I'll have all max troops. It is only on my strategy at that point.
So well, there's two things. So one is that right now there's like a very fine line between attacks being way too easy and attacks still being challenging, which is the queen being hard to kill. And so if they made her easier to kill, that would be moving in the wrong direction. But the other thing is, last time they did a hero nerf, they had to refund tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I think it would be perceived as a hero nerf. I mean, if people could just say, last time that they, paid all this money for heroes and they got refunds of just all sorts of money without even having to prove that they spent it on heroes.
How about this? How about if the assassin was probably about the same amount of like hit points as a witch, right? Okay, so like they're easy to kill. Now you have to clear out around the heroes to send the assassins in. If they take up 12 space, I mean, you factor in those
if the assassins didn't make it easier to kill heroes, they would be completely pointless and no one would ever use them.
No,
if they did make it easier,
if the hero is cleared where they're tethered and they can get hit.
Yeah, but if I'm going to clear around the heroes, I'm probably just going to kill the hero in my attempt to clear around the heroes.
Yeah, with your own heroes or with
I'm
whatever.
I'm going to clear out this backside, and then I'm going to come in with my assassin, and then I'll come in on this side a little bit. I mean, it would change. It's not like an overpowering troop.
And I'm not saying like that it's not a good idea, or like I think it's a super cool idea, but I think that just based on the way that they balance the game, the only troops that have a place in the game, in Supercell's opinion, like when they're deciding what make or what to add, are things that balance it, that fill a void, that
there is a big
correct
fucking void.
something.
I'll tell you why. It's a big void. Because when you go up against a clan that has max heroes from 1 to 8, and you're like a normal human being who plays the game, there has to be a hero leveling troop.
Well, no, you can just kill. I mean, if you have heroes that are in the 30s and they have heroes that are 40, your heroes have abilities, so that's the attacker has an advantage.
That's true.
The base, it needs to be possible to win.
But it is possible, though.
People are 3-starring max Town Hall 10s now. That's the thing.
Yeah,
because you can easier.
If there's a queen or something, and this is what I do when I do La Lune sometimes, or La Lune, like Quattro Lava Lune. I do go La Lune, basically. I take a golem, I take the queen out, because you can do that now. So basically, you just have to be more strategic about taking down the hero before you send all of your... That's the point of the assassin.
It's like, it would be, if you think about it in terms of, the amount of spacing and how many you could take in, it would be like, I can clear these out. This hero would be over here at this time.
Yeah, but I think that it would also include less strategy, because couldn't you basically just spam assassins?
Yeah, but what would it do? It would kill the heroes, and then what?
I mean, it all comes down to troop space and timing. If you could use less assassins, then it would take
points of this, because it already won.
Okay.
You guys both thought it was the best idea.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know if it really. I thought it was the best just because it's not like I thought it's a cool idea, but it's the opposite of what they're trying to do in the game. It balances in the wrong direction. So maybe something like the battering ram or something.
Against the people that have those maxed heroes. If you have a max, which you can jam,
people can have max bases.
Yeah, but then what about the
3-star max
balloons and strategy can do against
but
max
you keep
bases.
Talking about the people with maxed heroes. You can still use an assassin against the people who don't have maxed heroes.
Yeah, that's
right.
A good point
what if you're a Town Hall 10 and you're going up against a Town Hall 9? You're farming or whatnot. You can take out their heroes in like one shot.
But the assassin goes in and it stabs them. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it slowly poisons them over time. If it dies. So it's kind of like a reverse inferno. like on a multi. It's like, okay, it
All
gets in
I'm
there.
saying is that the troop the next troop they add is going to have to balance the game in one direction or another,
I think
and so it's going to be. So I mean, right now it's becoming more and more prevalent of people 3-starring completely maxed Town Hall 10s, and the only thing that's keeping it from being much easier is that hero tethering thing, or the hero. The situation right now, and the last change they made to the heroes was to tether them.
Like all of a sudden, like there's these Town Hall 10s just like breezing through 3-starring people.
They're not breezing through.
In the elite communities. That's happening. That is not happening on a normal day-to-day
But it
basis.
trickles down. I mean, it used to be that regular people weren't 3-starring Town Hall 9s, and it all slowly trickles down. And so someone figures out how to do it. It becomes more and more common, and then anyway, it's just kind of a trickle down effect. So it will.
Boaz has lost his mind.
Okay. Well, and anyway, so my whole point was that. We can't know, like they have a way better idea of what the balancing is, what the
wrong. I think they
everything.
did a really good job. I think the people that sent in the ideas.
No, I'm the ideas were great. Like I loved the contest. I loved the ideas. I'm just saying, who would have thought pig dogs? Like the next troop is going to be something really weird that you would never expect. I mean, and maybe it is one of those troops that was put forth. But
of course, because Supercell does listen to this
podcast.
They
do listen. We know that.
Hi,
they have been nice. They have been very nice to me lately. Very nice to me.
Scotty hasn't been getting screwed over in any of the updates lately.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I have been saying, okay, well, here's what I would do is Supercell upgrade. And I started my Giants a day before the update because I thought, you know what, they're not going to do that.
Nice.
Boom.
No way.
Yeah. Okay, so what's up? What else is on the list?
So what I was saying is that the stuff that I took from the contest that is really more actually like relevant to the game or more likely to be put into place are different random things that people brought up. And so I think my absolute favorite thing from the entire contest was when someone said that there was some troop that they had, maybe it was a new hero, that you could only get it once you completed such and such achievement.
Yes.
That's
and so
cool.
Like if you did this achievement, then you could upgrade it.
And I think it was a defensive troop. We love the concept of it. Like it's a non-gemmable achievement.
Yeah, so that's the thing is right now people care a lot about their achievements, but they don't give you anything except for a few gems. The trophy pushing achievements give you a pretty significant amount of gems.
You want to see that the time you put in, like if you have or like if you want to sell your account or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you go, well, I've been on there for 2 years.
And it's actually interesting. Achievements do factor in when people sell their accounts. Like people care about what the gold grab is and stuff like that.
I don't understand
which is really interesting.
Account thing.
Yeah, it was brought up in the chat of like how much would you sell it for? Because how much time.
I remember that, and I remember going, I would never pay for a Clash of Clans account, but
you're not like a rich, oil.
But I do think that would be. Right. I think that would be. I think the idea of defensive troops. We had to basically there was so many ideas and so many good spell ideas.
I liked wasn't there one that turned the clan castle troops friendly?
Yes, I'm totally with that.
Yeah, that was cool.
I liked that one a lot. I thought that was a good idea.
I think it wasn't fleshed out enough.
Well, I think because we were talking about
one
this
little
on
quick interjection. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Nat.
No.
Flushed out. It's like flushing out. When you go bird hunting, you have to flush them out of the.
Yes, you have to flush them out, not flush them out.
Yeah. Flush it out before you flush it out.
That's right. That's right. No, but I like that idea, and we talked about that on the Clashcast that I was on. But anyway, so I like the idea that as long as the troop that's turning the troops for you friendly, as long as it's alive, those troops stay friendly. But as soon as it dies, those troops then go back to being.
Oh, that's cool.
Those troops would go back to then being defensive troops again.
And so it's like a double-edged sword.
Right,
That's
right. So you
cool.
have to make sure that it stays alive.
I would never get aboard for that part of it. That'd be way too much work. Because then you have to because if you put that in your defensive castle, or you put it, it would have to be like a golem-sized troop then.
No.
So,
okay. Anyways, would be let's get back to.
Okay. Anyway,
because I'm totally with you on that troop. I love that troop. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't as an idea. Like if you you read the email, it's not as flushed out.
Right. But my idea of that would be then, it would be it would almost be like a witch, kind of low hit points, and you would have to put it behind, a high hit point troop, and you'd have to kind of keep it.
Clan castle get drawn out,
and when it died and
then it's
it
in
turned
the middle
against
of the
you, it could ruin your raids. And you have to decide whether to kill it or to turn it.
I mean, I think you would have to at that. I just think that part would make it way too weak. Maybe it's just I don't know.
I thought that would be cool. That was my favorite.
I like it. I get it. But maybe if the range was longer or something.
So the
old witch range. Remember the old witch range?
Yeah.
The glory days.
The old hogging, the old witches.
Yeah.
Yes.
The old heroes.
It goes exactly back to the point of balancing the games. I mean, those are very specific tweaks that they made to all of those.
And notice Boaz didn't send in a troop idea.
Actually,
I didn't either.
He just wants to harp.
Actually, the Hydra was first brought up by me on the podcast, which Vadlag shouted out to me online when he put it forth. He's like, I hope you're not mad that I put the Hydra idea. And I was like, dude, when I had the idea, it was lame. It was that they would
super
lose
lame
heads as it went. It had started with a bunch of heads and it lost heads, and that's just way less cool than starting with one head and growing heads. That's
and so people put out their troop ideas, and we were like, wait, so what if it was like this? And then so I think when we decided on the winner, we had worked it out to how we wanted it in our heads.
I have to admit, though, I thought it was really cool how creative people got and how in depth they got with some of the troop ideas, and I was really impressed.
Yeah,
shout out to all you fans. That was super cool.
Yeah, things like, this one needs too wide hole in the wall to get through, and just all sorts of little
quirks,
nuts and bolts, mechanic stuff that makes things different, which is just
I wasn't expecting it to go 5 or 6 episodes. I thought we could do it in 1 or 2, but we'd start doing the troop thing, and then we'd start talking about it, just like we just did about the assassin.
It's also a fun reminder of just how many people listen to the podcast. That people, just so many submissions came out of the woodwork just immediately after the contest started, and it's just a nice kind of reminder of how many people are out there.
We're going to keep doing those contests because that was a really a fun thing,
Okay. Boaz,
back to your list.
So anyway, there was 2 things that I took from the suggestions that I liked the most. One was the achievements, because it gives you a reason, a tangible
We're at 43
benefit
minutes and you're
to the
number 1 of your list. Maybe your list.
Yeah, I'm not really going straight through on it, and we're kind of getting off on a few things. But so I loved that. The other thing was there was a troop that they said that was going to be a strong troop, but it was especially weak to small bombs. So it would be a troop that was, and I don't remember, the details of it, whatever. But just that thing, because small bombs are pointless. There's all these traps.
Yeah,
all the other traps are important.
They do it if you're at a smaller level, right? But they upgraded them when we were all.
And if you put the
already.
6 together, almost they act
but
like a big bomb. If you put
6 max ones together, they still. I guess they'll kill a group of wizards or something if they're right there.
You know what? Every bit of damage counts.
Not really, because there's.
Okay, all right.
Because, well, anyway, I just mean not really, because there's so few
the
traps.
Doom and Gloom Network.
And there's so
Boaz.
few traps. And so giant bombs became so much more important when they became higher damage to hogs. And now, like with the Laloon attacks, like the black bombs are becoming more important, because one black bomb can only kill one balloon. But if you bunch up multiple black bombs together and they hit a lava hound, then that actually makes a difference. It's doing a whole bunch of over damage if one black balloon hits a balloon. So in spring traps spring traps in general are just kind of a cool thing, with hogs putting between defenses. But small bombs, just in the realm of how important traps are in general, they're so unimportant. And so it would be cool if there was just some important troop that made small bombs important, that bring sexy back, bring the small bombs back. So
Next
I thought
time
that
we do
was a
another
really cool
contest
idea.
like that, you should totally put that one in there.
Yeah, great.
All right, number 2.
So
Number
yeah, those
two.
are my
Number two.
2 big takeaways from the thing. So next one here
Numero dos.
is I guess I'll go to random little things. So someone I was just talking to, I'm not sure if you, Scotty, were talking about in House of L, or if it was another clan that I saw that was saying that they put the same troops in every war base.
House of Zod.
House of Zod. Okay, it was House of Zod puts the same troops in every war base,
No.
or every war base at the same town hall level, and that's really not a good idea. Even if maybe they say you perfected it and there's one particular mix of clan castle troops that you think is the best for that town hall level, even if that's the case, you don't want to be using it for all of them. Like the most challenging clans that we face in my clan are ones that really vary the clan castles, and we've had some that just like, I mean, especially when it was mostly witches, wizards, and archers in different varying amounts. We faced one clan, I think it was actually Eliminate, that we faced, and they just had crazy, like every clan castle in the clan was different, with just all sorts of different mixes of troops. And even if they're not necessarily as good as witches, wizards, and archers, you know how to handle those. And these other ones, it's like you have to sit
because you
and
lure
think.
and you expect.
Yeah, and you just know, or you can use lightning, or whatever.
Boneyard said they have like a prescribed thing. This is what you put in. This is what you put in. This is what you put. I totally don't agree with that.
I do not either.
And
I don't like that at all, because I feel like that's predictable.
And I also
you attack 2 Town Hall 7s and they have the exact same troops, and you go, okay, well, the Town Hall 7s may have this troop, and then the 8s, and then they can basically go, okay, well, we can take 20 archers to kill this entire, these 10 town halls. Everybody take 20 archers and we can kill the CC troops.
And we've actually faced clans like that, where pretty much almost to a T what everyone's going to have in their clan castle, because the Town Hall 9s all have almost the same thing. The Town Hall 10s have almost the same thing. And so you're just like, you attack a few of them and you're like, okay, I know what to expect here. But
real quick, real quick, what I've loved to come to put into clan castles, and I know this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I like a balloon. I like one or two balloons.
We just faced. I just asked for a balloon
in the clan castle.
They were just talking about this.
Love it.
I did balloon healer.
I love it.
Wizards and archers.
Those balloons screw heroes so badly, and they don't come out until people put their heroes down to like clean up, and then they see a balloon come out and they're just like, surrender.
And Dr. Huntagon was saying something to me last night online, and I said I'm changing it up because it was a healer. So I put a healer in my. I asked for it. Let me see. He goes.
I will say that there is somebody...
Wiki, prior to September 2014 update, a healer in a defensive clan would heal damaged buildings. This is no longer true, and she will now only heal heroes and other clan castle troops when defending.
Perfect.
If heroes and clan castle troops are taken out, she will do nothing for the rest of the defense.
I love that. That's cool. Now, I will tell you that there is somebody in Kent Farmhouse who puts a healer in their clan castle. I will not say who, in case we come up against some clan like we
Nice.
just did that listened to the podcast.
Very nice.
Yeah, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
we
I did
won
not
that
know
war,
that.
by the way. We won.
That is so interesting. They heal your hero.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into this. This is that's cool. But so this balloon thing, there's several reasons why it's so this kind of was hit like the War Clan community several months ago, where people started putting balloons in their clan castles. And the big thing about it is so many people lure with balloons. That's a very common way to lure, is to take out an edge defense with balloons. Balloons won't lure balloons. And so I've been screwed. Like when that first started being a fad, like I would lure with balloons, the clan castle would come out, I'd kill it,
so
and then
realize how ridiculous it was.
And then, okay, so I would. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. The clan castle will come out. I kill the clan castle. Then I'd send my ground army in, and so then your golem or your king or whatever tank is going in first. All of a sudden, the balloon pops out and just starts dumping on their heads, and your DPS is behind it. Can't get to the balloon yet, and it can like kill a high level hero, kill a golem, just like that.
Right.
And so. But people adapted, it got to the point where when people lure with balloons, they would never not bring one hog at the end to then see if there was a balloon in the clan castle. And so that was a thing. So it would never take people by surprise anymore, because people would always bring one hog to send in after the balloons and then to bring out the balloon. And then the other thing was, it became like, at first it was kind of, people would be confused how to kill it, but then now after a little while it got to the point where it was really easy, because it's like if you have witches, like it just kills the skeletons, and your wizards and stuff can kill it. And so as long as you're cognizant of the fact that it's there,
and I think it's like the trickle down that you were talking about, like the high level war clans know about that. But I'll be honest with you, with the wars that we do, a lot of the not low level, but medium level clans that just do, 2 wars or whatever, we still don't know about that.
Which is not something it's so interesting,
super well known.
And I put in for my request this war 1 balloon, 1 healer, wizards, and then the rest archers.
I'm totally gonna ask for a healer, at least on my mini next war, because that sounds amazing.
Well,
healing your heroes.
What you'd want to do is you'd want to like make the part of your base that you think people would attack from, like where your healer would get drawn out and then your heroes are on that side of it.
But so if you
because they would come out after the CC troops, right? And they would go, okay, I'm going to be on your CC troops. But if you were going to pull and this is how I attack, actually, is like I try to put the town hall on the other side of the clan castle on the other side of the town hall, so it draws things in. But imagine if you put a healer in there at that point. And so, like, okay, yeah, you do take care of the CC troops, but then you put like the heroes in front of the town hall. The healer would hit your defensive heroes.
So I'm thinking of some kind of implications of this that make it seem like I'm kind of questioning if that's the case. So I'm be really curious to research it, because you could put 2 healers in your clan castle with no other troops, so they have no other troops to heal. Put the clan castle next to the queen, which for the 3-star attacks, that's the most important thing, is to take out the queen.
Right.
So they could lure it. They wouldn't be able to lightning them, because I think healers have too high of hit points to kill from a lightning. So the healers would come out and just heal the queen over and over and over, and not heal anything else, because there's no clan castle troops, and the king's on the other side of the base. So I feel like that's just way too good. So I'm really curious to like look into this.
Because I've been taking healers into my attacks. I've been taking like 1, 2, or 3 into my attacks just to play with them.
How many spaces do a healer?
15.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so I've been taking them into my attacks, and I'll do like I was taking in 1, and if you watch a queen underneath like a bunch of defenses. You at least need 2 to keep her like elevated. Or
but that's under a bunch of
going
defenses.
down. It's still going down, right? Yeah, but I mean, if you have a whole army, if you have your wizards slamming against her,
she would be on defense behind a bunch of defenses,
right?
I mean,
behind walls, and she'd be
you'd
shooting.
have to be in contact with the enemy for the queen to be doing her work. But I think that if there was there would need to be 2 healers on her. That would be pretty good. But if you had 1, it would just mean you would need to be you'd have to have a bunch of wizards.
The trick would be to have 2 and to have no other troops for them to get distracted by, and then they just go on the queen.
I don't think it's
I feel like that's way too
overpowering because if you watch her and what level she's at, she only heals certain amounts. So your big heroes, if you're at Queen 5, that might really make a difference. But if you're at Queen 10, she only heals a certain amount. So it's not going to be
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really know what it's going to be like till I see it, but I'd be super curious to see it and see if that's the case. So I'm going to find that out and check back
try
in
it
on the
one
podcast.
more. If it works, then fantastic. Yeah. If it doesn't work, well then.
So I'm sending in 2 queens with my army, or 2 healers at least, because I want to see what they can do now.
So back to this whole clan castle thing. It's not only important to vary the clan castle troops among the different players in your clan, but to vary the troops themselves. So one thing that I've discovered, I mean, I'm sure I didn't discover it, but something that I've noticed that is really important is the fact that all troops move at different speeds. And so if you have the clan castle all come out at one speed, get to one spot, and then you kill them, that's so much easier than if you have troops that are all arriving at different times. And so say the very first wave of troops will get there, you deploy your CC kill squad, and then the other troops are still way behind defenses and walls and stuff. It could totally screw you over.
That's
so
why a Velk and a witch in a clan castle is a perfect combination.
Velk in a low-level clan castle,
And also Velk is...
And then if you have a witch who hangs back, so the witch has got her summoning abilities, and she's sending them out ahead of her stuff to get killed. You got a Velk out there spinning. But you also need a wizard
don't know what to do.
Well, witches, everyone knows what to do because that's very common. You can lightning a witch. You can have your own witches.
I almost like a Valk, and I don't necessarily like a wizard so much. I like a bunch of archers.
Mm-hmm. So that's a big thing.
Bunch of archers.
If you have an unlurable or a difficult to lure clan castle, to have a whole bunch of tier 1 troops in front of your meaty troops, because then if they kill one defense and get in the clan castle range, if they then they might not lure, they might not successfully lure all of them. If you have a ton of archers or a ton of other tier 1 troops, before they get to the other troops, they might have to give up before they even get to the other troops.
Are shitting on the people trying to
kill the Valk.
Yeah, trying to kill the Valk.
Well, I mean, if you do a lure and you lure all the archers out into the corner, you can kill them all with one wizard, or one Valk or something. But so the reason that the Valk is so important is,
I throw a Valk into the low-level town halls.
It's resistant to lightning. So all the other troops, all other common clan castle troops, you can lightning them. So wizards, you won't kill them all the way with a lightning, but you'll damage them significantly, and all the other troops you'll kill with a lightning.
See, I don't like lightning. I don't like using a lightning to kill CC troops because I can never get right on the CC troops, and I can never kill them all. So I use the lightning, and they're all still alive, and I'm sitting there going,
depressing.
You know what? They're always still alive.
So depressing.
Here's the thing.
This does not work for me.
T-Skits was all about the lightning, and I'm kind of on board with it. Only if you are hitting the witch.
Yeah, that's what it's really.
If the CC troops come out and you get the witch out there, yes, if you can get the wizards or something in with it, but it's all about killing the witch.
I mean, in war, I generally am doing like Quattro Lava Loon.
Yeah,
and
then
so
you don't have to worry about it.
No, so like by the time
Gotta...
they're all going in, and by the time the like freeze is on them, and my balloons have all splashed, killed, damaged them.
Freeze,
so
nice.
yeah, they're all dead anyway.
Well, we just hit an hour, so why don't we wrap up here, and we can continue with Boaz's list.
Okay, should we finish the clan castle point?
Okay, do you want to finish it?
Yeah, so the Velk, the one thing is, I mean, a lot of people do lightning. I'm not a huge fan of lightning, but a lot of people do that. So that is super helpful that she can't be hurt by lightning. But so the thing is, then she moves really slowly. So in terms of speed, like goblins move really fast. So some people think that when you put goblins in a clan castle, like I had someone saying this in chat the other day, like, oh, is that just like for, to troll people, or is that just like a joke to put goblins in? And I was like, no, they move way faster than the other troops. So they're, hitting your kill squad or hitting whatever you've deployed, as other people are just like still coming out of the clan castle, and then minions move really fast and they're in the air. Balloons move really slowly and they're in the air. So like all these different combinations of stuff makes it really tricky for people to do the kill. But the Velk, especially against witches, because the common, clan castle kill is you have two witch, you have some barbs in front, two witches, and then some wizards, and then they can just kill anything because the skeletons engage all the troops, the wizards shoot them, you destroy anything eventually. But the Velks, when they come in at the group of skeletons, they can kill all the skeletons at once and then move on to the witches and then kill the witches.
Yes,
because even if the witches have spawned all the rest of the skeletons, because that's the reason that they can't be killed by so many things, is because when they kill the skeletons, then they spawn other skeletons. But the Velk moves, when they're close enough to the witches, even if they spawn, 16 more skeletons, the Velk spins once and they kill 16 skeletons and 2 witches, just like that. And so I've seen that happen a lot where people are doing their normal, 2-2-3 CC kill, and a Velk just completely screws them over. And so so people are doing that a lot. And I mean, if there's a Velk there,
that's why even like the bottom town halls will ask for whatever they want. And sometimes I'm just going through and I'm like, oh, you haven't been filled yet? You're getting a Velk.
You're getting a Velk. You get a Velk.
Why?
You get
because
a Velk.
They're going to be luring and they're going to try to be, doing their stuff. And then the Velk comes out and smashes them.
Mm-hmm.
So
and another thing that's interesting is a dragon, because I mean there's lots of downsides to dragons, but people just never expect it. So if like one or two people in the clan have a dragon,
dragons are,
if you have an air base.
Yeah.
An anti-air base.
I think people don't expect dragons anymore because they're like, oh, who's going to put a dragon in the clan castle? And then they see a max dragon come out and they're like, oh,
crap. What did I used to do like 8 months ago? Put dragons in clan castles?
One dragon.
But
I don't think my witch is going to work too well here.
Yeah, exactly. And so the other thing, you can't get too crazy with it, because I had a guy the other day, I was in a war, and a P.E.K.K.A. popped. It was a max P.E.K.K.A. I think he thought he was pretty smart. A P.E.K.K.A. popped out of the clan castle, and it was just completely useless. It couldn't it never made it to any of my troops or anything.
Is what you're trying to say. The clan castle got
a golem pops out of the clan castle. You're like, what?
So there's some where you can't, you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to get too cute with it. But it's important to just mix it up and have everyone in the clan be doing something different, and just the thing you're saying,
like Boneyard does that with his clan. I think that's the stupidest idea, because we just faced a clan yesterday, and I knew what I was gonna expect. There's going to be one balloon. I lost anyways, horribly.
It happened.
But I knew there was going to be a balloon. I knew this was going to be in there. I knew this was going to be in there. And so I could account for that. That's why I took a lightning in. It's a different choice. So let's wrap up. Are you done with your point? But we'll get to the rest of your list. I'm done with my clan castle
thing. Yes.
The next episode.
827.
Number 2 complete.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're at So get a hold of us, clashclownspodcast@gmail.com. Find Kent Farmhouse at
That's right.
www.clashclownspodcast.com/Kent Farmhouse, which will get you to your page.
Really?
And
that's a thing.
It's
Sweet.
a new thing. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
And
Yay.
at True Son Boaz on Twitter, at WBSMT Radio on Twitter, and at what's your Twitter?
N Fugate. Fugate.
Okay. I was gonna say it, but
I always thought it was Fugatti.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fugate.
Everybody thinks it's Fugatti because they think
wait a second.
it's Italian, but it's not.
Boaz
It's
is
actually
like
Fugate.
Natalia, but then
Natalie Fugatti.
Natalie, but he's like, but I thought your last name was Fugate.
I was straight on the first name,
Natalia.
but not clear on the last name. All right, got it.
Hey,
Yeah.
1 out of 2 is all right.
So keep it clashy, everybody. 42427-CLASH, clashclownspodcast@gmail.com. And then we got to talk about the new push contest coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So on the next episode, we'll get to that.
Stay tuned.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.